Alright, here we go. This is going to be a look at Suspicious Steve Reddington from the Long Island Sting. I want to cover some of these Long Island Predators here. I don't know if this might be start of a new series or something like that where we look at some of these Long Island Predators. I'd like to take a look at all of them, except for Dark Hero. I won't be touching Dark Hero. That's the one thing I'm putting a limit on is Dark Hero, even though I consider him a top 10 Predator. I am not going to cover that. But these Long Island Predators have kind of flown under the radar here in the T-Captain. They're very what's the word I'm looking for? Anonymous. And that's because, they don't give out their full names on the show. They don't have a chat log up. Some of them do, but you have to go through the Wayback Machine. But that's okay. I mean, that's fine. But one of the things I'd like to do in 2021, some people make New Year's resolutions to, get in better shape or, read a book. One of mine is to kind of find out some info here on these Long Island Predators. And of course, the Long Island episode is great in my opinion. I actually really do like it. It's because it hits kind of close to home to me as a New Yorker. You hear some of these ridiculous Long Island and New York accents. It makes me smile. It's the same reason that I like the New Jersey episode so much, is because, some of the accents are just really, really great. But Suspicious Steve is a good example of this too. I mean, as we'll see. But he is the first Predator ever in the T-Captain. He's the first one that they ever show. I wonder how they came up with that, distinction. Was he just the first guy to show up to the Sting, and that's why they picked him? I don't know, but we'll get into it here. I mean, it's a quick segment. They don't show much, and unfortunately, in these Long Island Stings, they don't show much of the Predators, that much anyway. But I think we still have enough material to cover. Suspicious Steve is quite a character, actually. And yeah, just one thing, I just want to give my general overviews on the Long Island episode as a whole. I think it's a quite underrated in terms of the TCAP community. I mean, it's Dangerous Web with Stone Phillips, and it's a little bit over the top. I think it's got that dramatic, over dramatic, spooky music in the first few minutes of the episode. Stone Phillips is narrating, "This is happening all across the country. It's happening in this town, and it could even be happening in your town," as they try to fearmonger, typical media fearmongering bullshit. But it makes sense. It was an actual issue. But, I mean, it's kind of a little, whoa, calm down. But anyways, let's get into it here. Suspicious Steve, Long Island Sting, let's go. Oh, wait, no, I lied. Just kidding. I have to shout out Christopher Cannon and for uploading this, and for basically Scrappa Stan from the Temple of TCAP for hitting me up with some of this info. So let's go.
We didn't have to wait long to find out, and we caught it all on our hidden cameras. Meet 35-year-old Steve, known on the internet as SR8219. He's a married man with children.
Just come on in and sit at the counter. I gotta finish getting dressed.
Dell, posing as a 14-year-old, invites him in. And even though there really isn't a 14-year-old in the house, this man still...
I like this too. This is interesting. In the Long Island Sting, a lot of these guys, before they go in, they take a look at this window here to see if anything's up. I mean, this guy is Suspicious Steve. I mean, that's his fucking name. But... he also, a lot of the other Predators do it, but he's just living up to his name here by doing that. He's always suspicious, as we'll see, but yeah. I mean, he peers in through the window, making sure that everything's okay, and then he's going to be like, I didn't know it, I wasn't doing anything wrong. Well, he doesn't say that, but some of the other ones say it, but let's go.
Committing a crime, according to sex crimes expert Ken Lanning.
The federal law makes it very clear there doesn't have to be an actual child there.
And
this guy's I don't know what to think of this guy. They always have one of these experts, I guess. They always have one of these experts in the TCAP episodes, or they talk to a sheriff or an investigator, psychologist in this case. I don't know. I forgot his whatever, but. It's always funny. I don't know what to make of this guy, because he's the guy that says, not only are they not stupid, but they probably have above average intelligence, which is, as we've seen, it kind of varies in TCAF. You have some real morons, but then you have some guys who actually seem to be pretty smart, or at least, above average intelligence. But yeah, I don't know what to make of this guy. Obviously, I think he's just kind of generalizing there, but I mean, as we've seen in TCAP, there's not most of these guys are not. I wouldn't call them too bright. Let's go.
The law makes it pretty clear there doesn't have to be an actual child there.
And as far as Steve is concerned, there's a real 14-year-old in this house.
Just sit at the counter. I'll be right down, okay?
As for why he's here, after we read you part of his online chat, it will be pretty clear.
You on the pill?
You on the pill?
No. You wear condoms?
If you want me to, but I'm sterile.
Okay, then you don't have to wear.
So again, why does he ask? I don't know why. Again, why does he ask if she's on the pill? If he's if he's sterile. And by the way, that is not a good thing to ever say when you're trying to, I guess, seduce a girl. I don't know. I don't know where that comes up here in the chat log. I don't know how far in. I must say though, these early chat logs are pretty short. This is funny too. You are handsome. Biggest lie ever. Jeez. You know, I mean, even if it's true, I mean, come on. I guess I see your point, Decoy, but you on the pill. Where does that come up in the chat log here? It's pretty towards the end, it looks like. So I guess he's already sealed the deal in his mind, so it doesn't matter if he says that he's sterile. But why does he ask if she's on the... It doesn't make much sense to me. Why does she ask if you're on the pill if you're sterile? I guess, I don't know. I don't get it. Let's go.
If you want me to, but I'm
sterile.
Okay, then you don't have to wear a condom if you don't.
Come on with this bullshit. Come on with this bullshit.
Before we have
Come
sex,
on. Aye. What is going on?
Assaults
Hang
the
on a
girl with
second.
chat.
Jesus Christ, you know, we get to the best part in the chat log. We get to the best part of the chat log, and then my computer completely flips out. I don't know what the hell happened, though. I have no idea. You know, it must be perverted justice. You know, back up to their old tricks or something. I don't know. You know, we get to the best part in the chat log, and boom, something happens. Whoa, something out of my control happens completely. Whoa. Fucking meltdown. I bet now they're gonna use this to try to hang me or some bullshit like that. But no, let's keep it going here. Come on.
Wear a condom if you don't want to.
But before we have sex, I want you to make me...
That is a great chat log line right there. Before we have sex, I want you to make me come. What? That is so weird. I don't know. I think he's definitely referencing like oral or something like that. You know, he wants to get a blowjob before they have sex. I get it, but if you're sterile, Steve, you know you're having a bit of an issue, Steve. You know, I imagine that he's probably he probably it's not easy for him to get a boner. Is what I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's I don't know. I feel like he should be taking the Jungle Mania route where he never wastes a load. You know, you got to make every load count there, Steve. Don't you want it to be in... Oh God, that's gross. But you know what I'm saying? Why waste a load on oral, for instance? If you only have a finite amount of them, you know, you got to make them count. God damn it, this is gross. Let's keep going here.
He then assaults the girl with chat about oral and anal sex and even asks a series of deeply personal questions like, when do you get your period? And another offensive question about her personal life.
Gross. You know, it's so gross. You know, I don't know why that's something that anyone ever needs to ask. But, I mean, that is gross, man. I mean, that is absolutely gross to even, you know, ugh. But, I mean, obviously, you know why the Predators ask about it all the time. It's like a common theme in these chat logs. I mean, it's a common theme in these... Trim. Okay, just trim. It's a common theme in these chat logs for these morons to ask these... to ask that. I really don't. It really grosses me out. Steve, what is wrong with you, Steve? You fucking moron. Come on, let's go. See, I don't get this. Why does it take so long to go full screen? I don't understand that. Let's go.
Hygiene. Law enforcement has a name for this kind of guy, a potentially dangerous predator who goes from a chat room to
Ooh, that's a sexy bandana, Steve. Oh my God. What the fuck is that, man? Come on. I don't know. I get that it's pretty cold out here in New York, from what I'm guessing here. What day is this? Oh, it doesn't tell me what day it is. It doesn't tell me the date of the chat, really? Okay, 3/11/04. Jesus Christ, what a time to be alive, man. 2004. Actually, I don't remember much about 2004 personally. Only that, the Yankees blew the series. I don't want to talk about it in that series that year. That was obviously before this. But, yeah, I don't remember much about 2004. I think I was in, like, 2nd grade. So not yet into Steve's preferred age range, but, I just imagine it as being a time to be alive, man. The mid-2000s were pretty poppin'. And then you have this motherfucker Steve walking in here with a bandana. Like, I get that it's cold, Steve, but wear like a beanie, wear like a skull cap, something like that. Don't come in with your best. That's his best bandana, He's wearing his best bandana for what's going to be a great day of his life.
Who goes from a chat room to a real-life meeting.
I mean, just so out of touch. I mean, I guess it was a different time. I don't think the bandana was all that popular in 2004, but it definitely gives you a look, Steve. It definitely gives you a look of, like, the typical slob from New York City, Long Island, same shit. It definitely gives you that typical look, Again, that's what I'm saying. I love the Long Island sting. And what's this here? What is this? That looks like a Snapple bottle, doesn't it? I never noticed that before. Maybe Chris Hansen's a fan of Snapple. It looks like a grape flavor, though. I'm not really sure. But, yeah, I mean, it's not a great look, Steve. It's not a great look at all. I say it so often, you're going for a date. You go for a date. They don't put much stock into their appearance, do they? I mean, you can only work with the hands that you were dealt with, the cards that you were dealt with in life. And I get, Steve, you look a lot younger. Oops, that's for something else. Spoiler alert. You look so much younger in this photo than you do in when you show up here. So you already have one strike against you, but then you show up in a fucking ridiculous outfit like that. I guess I should just fucking mention it because it's here. This is what he looks like recently, anyway. Again, this is courtesy of Grandpa Stan on the Temple of Teacap. This is a new photo of him, recent-ish photo. Man, like, what a difference 15 years makes. Oh, man. All right, let's keep going here. Come on, please. I don't understand it. Let's go.
Intent on an encounter with a child. They're called travelers. But today...
Travelers. That's, again, that's such a dated reference to, they call them travelers. I don't really know. I mean, when I think of traveler, the traveler, I think of that stupid thing from Destiny, the video game. That huge fucking, like, ball in the sky. I never really understood what its purpose was, but it was such a big deal, apparently. But, yeah. That's just what I always think of immediately whenever he says travelers, I was a big fan of that game back in the day, man. Like 2014, 2015. Oh, that game was my shit. Let's go.
Steve won't have a chance for sex with a 14-year-old. Instead, he'll be meeting me. He seems to think I'm a police officer. Haven't told him yet I'm a television reporter, and at this point, he has no idea he's being videotaped.
Ooh.
I knew. You knew what?
I knew.
Exactly what was going on.
So again, you get the first Predator. He's like, I knew what this was. I mean, I know... Excuse me, my voice is gone. This is the third video I've done this weekend. Excuse my voice. It's going. But I still want. I plan on doing another one later today, hopefully. So that's not going to be good news. But yeah, I mean, he comes in and says right away, "I knew what this was." Like, yeah, I'm sure you fucking pieced it together. This fucking moron is the one that pieced it together. Yeah, he's definitely pieced it together, and that's why he's going to continue to talk. I'm sure.
Your hands out your pockets.
Wait, go back here. Hang on.
You knew what?
He's wearing his best sweatpants too. Again, those are. I mean, this is just a bad outfit combination, Steve. I don't know what was going through your head.
What's going on? Just take your hands out your pockets.
And he just goes, here you go, I got all 10 of them, here they are for you. And he's just, why, that's so over the top dramatic. I don't know why he decided to do that. Like, please take your hands out of that. Here they are. Like, come on, dude. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, that's interesting, though. That is an interesting. You're an interesting character, Steve. You're an interesting fellow, Steve. Oh man! And then he puts them right back into his pockets. What the that defeats the whole point, Steve. I want you to keep them out. I think Chris Hansen's too nervous to call him out on it too. You know, Chris Hansen's a little too nervous. And by the way, I mean it's a bit interesting here. This is Dangerous Web with Stone Phillips. You know, it's not even To Catch a Predator. And Chris Hansen has just got correspondent at this point. He's not even the star of this episode, man. He's just a local correspondent, you know, or a national correspondent with Dateline. I mean, that just shows you how different it is, man. Chris Hansen's not yet a household name at this point. One thing about Stone Phillips I want to say, do you think Stone Phillips and Chris Hansen had like a little rivalry going? You know, I don't know. I think they might have had a little rivalry going on. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass, of course, but of course it became To Catch a Predator. It wasn't Dateline. I mean, it was Dateline, but it was Dateline To Catch a Predator in the big line, in the big letters. They had To Catch a Predator. You know, I mean, do you think that like Stone Phillips resorted from being like the star of the segment to then just being the guy that does the intro, and then they come back from commercial, and then he's like, well, once again, here's Chris Hansen. You know, do you think that Stone Phillips kind of resented that a little bit? Do you think Stone Phillips enjoyed the downfall of Chris Hansen too? I bet Stone Phillips is kind of petty like that. Is kind of petty like that. And enjoyed seeing Chris Hansen's downfall. Ooh, I don't know. That's a little bit of a drama there that we don't need to really. I don't know why I even brought it up, but whatever. I'm sure it's all water under the bridge now. You know, I'm sure that they're. I don't know if they're friends anymore, but I'm sure that they would get along these days. It's 2021. You know, I'm sure that they don't mind anymore. Let's just keep going.
I know what's going on. I'm not stupid.
I'm not stupid. Oh, you're pretty stupid, Steve. As we'll see, you're pretty stupid, Steve.
Steve thinks he was caught up in a police sting. He says he was just coming over to check it out.
So you were obviously suspicious in the beginning.
Of course I am. I'm always suspicious.
Of course I am. I'm always suspicious. Again, that New York accent, it's great. But I love that. You know, he says he's always suspicious, and Chris Hansen hits him with it right here.
Do you do this a lot?
You do this all the time.
This is the first time I've actually did show up to see what was going on.
And you expect me to do that?
Yes, I did.
No, I know. Very, very serious. Yes, I know. You know, like calm it down, Steve. But yeah, he goes, I'm always suspicious, not realizing that he just kind of threw himself in the corner. That happens a couple of times in TCAP as well. I'm trying to remember who else had a similar one where they say something like that. I forget. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Brain is fried. But anyways, yeah, he just goes, I'm always suspicious.
Show up to see what was going on.
And you expect me to believe that?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I know. And again, it's interesting here in Long Island. They're still working out the kinks here. Like, this is the main camera angle that they have, and then the Predator's back is facing the camera. And the only time that they can show a close-up, you only get a close-up of the profile. So it would have been difficult in the moment, I think, to even recognize some of these Predators. Like, even if you knew what this guy looked like, I mean, oh, Jesus Christ, he just looks gross, man. He just looks like a complete slob. Jesus Christ. Like if you knew Suspicious Steve, would you recognize him from this side angle? Maybe not. So, excuse me, Jesus Christ. Ugh. You might not even recognize Steve from this angle here. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. They got off pretty light. It was a good sting to get caught in. Jesus Christ. But, you didn't face charges. You didn't really get your name set on television. And they don't have a really good camera angle. Maybe someone recognizes the bandana, though. In the case of Suspicious Steve, maybe they recognize the bandana. Yeah, that's his best bandana, man. He only wears that when he means fucking business, man. I recognized it immediately.
just coming over to check it out.
So you were
Yeah, I
obviously
know.
suspicious in the
Of
beginning.
course I am. I'm always suspicious.
Always. Do you do this a lot?
No, this is the first time I've actually did show up to see what was going on.
And you expect me to believe that?
Yes, I do.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
And how would you feel if one of your children was 13 or 14 years old, that child was home alone, chatting with somebody on the internet who ultimately came over with no parent at home? How would you feel about that as a parent?
I'd be pretty pissed off.
Pretty
You'll hear
pissed
more
off.
from Steve later. He told
Oh,
me
man.
almost headed for the
And that's what I'm saying. You know, they still, again, they don't have the formatting rate at this point either. It takes them a couple of stings to get the formatting right. They don't even have it right by Riverside even. But they don't show the predator, move on. You know, they show part of a predator, show a part of something else, and then they come back to it in the second half. You know, it doesn't make much sense to me why they did it that way, but I appreciate Christopher Cannon, I believe, for editing this way. I have to do that with the other ones as well. I have to do that with the other ones. I believe number 2 is Moosty, by the way. Oh my god, I love Moosty. He's he's a good one. Well, oh man, I can't wait to talk about him. Let's go.
door, like Steve, the married man with children.
I'm Chris Hansen of Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on grown-ups
Ooh.
Okay.
on the internet.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. he puts the hood on to cover his face, like it's going to you know, you have the bandana on. The bandana is pretty much accomplishing what the hood would accomplish, Steve. And then he just goes, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go
On the
ahead.
internet.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I am leaving.
All right, go
because,
ahead.
I am
you know,
leaving.
and you don't have my permission to put me on tape either.
You don't have my permission. Ooh, Steve, bad news for you, Steve. They don't need your permission. And I get that it's still early on here, you know, people don't quite know how these, you know, hidden camera shows are supposed to work. But, I mean, they don't need your permission, Steve. And he goes, I like that, though. He goes, go ahead. And then he goes, yeah, all right, get me on camera. And then he walks out, and he goes, you don't have my permission to use this. Like, what is it, Steve? Be consistent. Are we allowed to put your camera? Are we allowed to go ahead and film, or are we not allowed to put it on TV? I don't know.
I am leaving.
All right,
because,
go ahead.
You know, and you don't have my permission to put me on tape either.
Yeah, I know. They didn't get you to sign a waiver, as Corey Ahio would say. But that's it. That's Suspicious Steve. But we do get some more juicy details here. So we have his chat log, and he replied to it, I guess, when he found out. Ooh, man, he got a 465 from the 769 total votes. He had a 465. That is a pretty high total. He goes, let me call my wife. He needs to get his wife's permission to leave the house, and then when he goes to meet a fucking 13-year-old. What an asshole. Fuck you, Steve. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what his issue is here. He wrote back, and they posted it here. And again, he fucking, you know, I just completely read this in a New York accent, too. I don't know what the hell his issue is. All of a sudden he gets the case of I guess when he's under pressure, when he's stressed out, you know, he gets a case, number one, he gets a case of the Palumbos, where he's typing in fucking all caps. And then he gets a case of like the Pepes or the Michael Seiberts, where he just fucking talks like an idiot. I don't know what the hell his issue is. You know, I'm gonna read this. Tahuyam, it may concern. I am writing to ask if you could take down the information you put up on your site about me. I know I made a big mistake, but by the information being there, it also hurts friends and family, not just me. I talk on the phone with someone that does I don't know what the fuck he's saying here. I talk on the phone with someone that does what? That does okay, I think he might have messed up there. Work for you, and was very upfront with her. I was talking on the phone with someone that does work for you. I guess he just messed up with the FE there. I don't know what the hell's the point. Steve, proofreading would be good, Steve, before you send something. You know, it would be nice to proofread it before you just go and do it. I need the phone calls about hate and worse to stop. I made a first and last time mistake. So if you could please take the information down, I would appreciate it. T.Y. Steve. Oh, Steve, fuck you. Man, you got a bad grasp on the English language there, Steve. I mean, you're trying to come across as sincere and apologetic, and you fucking send some bullshit like this. I mean, like I said, I was in like first or second grade when this came out. I could have written this better than you, Steve. Come on, dude. And I guess it worked. They did take it down from the site. I don't know why they took it down off the site. They should put it back on there. But yeah, Steve, you don't come across as any better by this. What I would take away from reading this is that you're a fucking moron, and you deserve all the hate because you're an idiot. I'm an idiot. It's like, how did this guy even find his wife? I don't quite get that. I'm just trying to imagine. What did his wife see in Suspicious Steve? I don't know. I don't know. From Bethpage, Long Island, or Holbrook, Long Island. I don't know where that is in Long Island. What the demographics are. Holbrook, Long Island. What are the demographics of Holbrook? It's in Suffolk. Okay, so it's not in Nassau. I imagine that's a pretty long drive for you, Steve, too. Well, not a pretty long drive, but let's take a look at the demographics. Yeah, it's a pretty wealthy town from what I see. Jesus Christ. 2007 estimates, even they've gone up. Yeah, wow. Yeah, pretty, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what Steve did for a living. I don't think he mentions it here. Yeah, I don't think he mentions it. I wonder what a guy like Steve could do to live in a place like that. I don't know, but, and then look at this by the decoy, too. With a mug like that, I can't understand why the girls aren't all over you. Perhaps it's because you're a Raiders fan. Like, geez, you don't need to generalize a whole fan base there. Long Island Lisa. Come on now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to say. That's Suspicious Steve. The first of hopefully many features on the Long Island Predators that I do. And I guess that's it. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.